Hello, it's me again, gardener in residence. I am back with my new video, fourth in the series of Come Grow With Me for little growers and beginners. I'm trying to design them so that they're very easy tasks, very achievable. You do not need a lot of money to do it, and you can work with the smallest space. And if you want to and you've got a bigger space, you can just expand the idea, but we're starting small and we're also starting urban. It's very important to mention that. I haven't mentioned that before. I'm going to try and get into it quite quickly because I have received feedback from my kind family and friends about the videos being a bit too long, and I don't want to bore people. If I can I'll try and make it shorter. So today we are looking at my personal experiment of a mini no-dig garden. This is an experiment for me as well, mini no-dig. So the first thing that I'm going to mention is that this is applicable to you even if you rent. And as someone who rents themselves, I know what it's like to try and garden. You will find that a lot of landlords are happy for you to look after the garden as long as you communicate with them and tell them if you want to put any permanent structures in your garden design. But that's not necessarily the case. You can do a lot of things that aren't permanent, and so if you work with the non-permanent method, you can keep your landlady and landlord probably very happy. But do ask them if you want to put nails into the wall and things like that, because that's quite an important thing. And I know that for me and a lot of my friends who rent, the first thing we would say to ourselves is, I can't do that because I rent. And that is actually all of us assuming, and we have to get over that assumption and ask. My second piece of advice for renting is to ask in writing. So just so everything is clear, you have a catalogue of you actually asking, because sometimes we forget later on. So send an email outlining what you'd like to do. It's very serious. I'm really lucky because by some complete accident, the rented house that I have has 3 other people in it, and they're all gardeners, and my landlady is also a gardener, and I honestly don't know if she just rents out to gardeners. I'm not sure, but I am incredibly lucky in that respect, I guess. And I think she trusts me, so I hope so. Anyway, moving on. I will be talking in another video about how to garden in pots, because that is something for renters, which is the majority of us. It's really useful to know about. It's really useful generally, even if you're not renting and you have a place but you have mainly concrete, you might want to go down the pot planting route. So I'll be going over like the basics of planting in a pot at some point, but I'll be looking at alternatives to pots at the moment, because pots can be really expensive. And there are alternatives. So I think when you first start growing, it's kind of confusing to understand what is a veg patch, what's going on, why are you getting rid of this, why are you keeping that, what does everything need. And with traditional veg patches, what you would do is you would till the soil, and you would break it apart. So you're breaking it, it's not so solid, the roots can grow through, and what you're also doing is you're killing the weeds that are there or might grow there, and then you mix into that soil a compost, which will feed the soil. And traditionally this is what people do or have done for veg patches, and this is a method I'm not going to show you today. So I'm going to show you the no-dig method, which involves no digging at all, only a little bit of digging. And the idea is that I am playing with the foundation of a veg patch, with the foundation of a veg patch, but I am changing it to fit my environment and my small space. And I basically am working with the same fundamentals of a traditional veg patch, but I'm playing with the idea of the light and the shade. So I'm using the no-dig method, which is where you lay like a cardboard, usually people use because it mulches down, and then you put the soil on top. That will disintegrate and go into the soil and feed the soil, as well as all the nutrients and everything going down. You're also killing the light to the weeds that would be growing there, and it's a great method of getting rid of weeds. You're just basically killing off their food source, which is the sun. The reason you want to kill weeds is so that they don't take up the space and nutrients that a vegetable might want. I noticed I had wood sorrel there, and that is an indicator plant. You can also eat wood sorrel, but obviously wash it first. What I also noticed were there were very happy worms in my soil, which is what I want to see as a gardener. I want to see the worms. I want them to be working their way, doing their little wormy thing. And I basically got up really early this morning. So in the video, I am very, very quiet. So I had to put subtitles on. I'm not sure if it even makes sense or works that I'm like going, because it doesn't make any sense really, but that's what I did. So if this method works, this is a really good last minute method for people in small spaces and that kind of thing. So that really excites me because I love a challenge. So I really hope you enjoy the video. So have a watch, see what you think. Thank you so much for coming back again. I'm sorry that I've gone on a bit. I'm really excited about this one in particular, so we'll see what happens. Now is a very exciting time in the gardening calendar, so we're going to get going. So I really hope that you try this if you can, and let me know how it worked for you. Or, you know, if you are aware of some mistakes with it, please let me know, because I'd really like to grow my beetroots in a good way. And also, I'd just love to hear about anything that you're doing, using your recycling, you know, repurposing, working with what you have, and really letting your kind of creativity and ingenuity come out at this time, because I think a lot of things people can experiment with, including becoming more garden savvy. And yeah, if we all share together, we can all learn much more than if there's just one person. So do let me know, and yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.